African Americans on a path towards extinction in less than a generation? Will the new addition to the Smithsonian Institution on the National Mall be the only surviving record of a people's journey in less than 30 years? It is a provocative and intriguing question that has become the center of controversy on a big blue marble in space. And at the center of the controversy is a made-to-measure protagonist catapulted to international notoriety in a long-shot congressional race who yet received a letter from the Holy See attesting to miraculous acts in faith. The Advent season in the Christian faith tradition marks the celebration of the birth of the Son of God to the Blessed Virgin Mary in a manger in Bethlehem over 2,000 years ago. So concerned was the Roman governor of the region, Herod, about the prophecies of a birth of a Jewish Messiah that he issued a decree to kill every male child in the region under the age of 2 years old. He reasoned that you can't save the world if you are never born. On December 2nd, 2017, the eve of the first Sunday of Advent, 4 pro-life advocates arrived in Alexandria, Virginia, to perform a Red Rose rescue for unborn babies, attempting to provide counseling to women considering abortion. 3 of the Red Rose rescuers were Caucasian, and 1 was an African-American male, while first-hand accounts from those present indicate that on that morning there were possibly 2 Caucasian women considering aborting their unborn babies, 1 Hispanic woman and 1 African-American woman. So it can be determined that on that Advent Sunday Eve, as many as half of the unborn babies to be rescued were children of color, in a city that is nearly 25% African American, and in which the official government website notes that the main street, King Street, in Old Town Alexandria, is getting more white. This act of civil disobedience, a mere misdemeanor of a trespass in progress, triggered a massive response from the Alexandria Police Department, and the officer in charge confirmed that every available officer after the morning roll call, approximately 20, were sent to interdict the Red Rose rescuers. The abortion facility was located in a condominium, residential and commercial property on the 2nd floor that had an Alexandria police officer receiving a rent reduction agreement to specifically provide security to that abortion facility, as well as a patrol car for his personal use. And indications confirm that law enforcement was fully aware of the rescue operation even before the Red Rose rescuers entered the foyer of the condominium complex, with the abortion facility manager intercepting the Red Rose rescuers as soon as they breached the foyer of the condominium and announcing that the police had already been called. Yet despite even credible evidence of violations of Miranda rights and other procedural violations consequent to arrest, the Red Rose rescuers were charged with criminal trespass, and the Commonwealth Attorney refused to dismiss the case, even after surveillance photographs of the co-defendants were obtained from the police. Why such a massive response for a mere trespass in progress? And why did the Commonwealth Attorney recommend a sentence of $500 fine, twice the fine that she had recommended and was granted for an African-American woman charged with marijuana possession, who law enforcement did everything in its ability not to arrest? Yet what makes this already controversial case on an issue upon which Americans are more divided involves the preparation for the appeal and preparation for a defense based upon an overriding necessity. It raises serious concerns regarding how entrenched pro-abortion forces are in a deep state regime, and the extent to which they will go to continue not just to justify the killing of innocent children, but also in pursuit of the eugenics claims attributed to the founder of Planned Parenthood, Margaret Sanger. Shortly after his initial trial on March 5, 2018, Major Mike Webb, the sole African-American arrested at the Alexandria Women's Health Clinic on the 2nd floor of the Landmark Towers condominium, continued to raise concerns about the detrimental effects of abortion, particularly with regard to the African-American race. citing to official government statistics that appeared on that date regarding the population of the African Americans reported by the U.S. Census Bureau. Major Mike Webb reported that the African American race had suffered a loss of a quarter of its population mass density between the last two census reports, declining from 12.1% to 9.7% of the population, a loss of almost 10 million persons. Having noted on previous occasions that the number of African American babies killed each year by abortion exceeds the number of live births in New York City, this excessive mortality rate posed a grave risk of extinction, an unsustainable life equation, and Major Mike Webb immediately contacted Planned Parenthood, Senator Tim Kaine, and Congressman Don Beyer to propose a disclosure warning to African American women considering terminating the lives of the babies in their wombs. To date, none of these officials have responded. Moreover, in preparation for an appeal before a jury, on April 20th, 2018, Major Mike Webb requested that the U.S. Census Bureau provide or recommend a certified expert to testify at trial regarding the demographic data reported on their website on March 5th, 2018. And to date, he has yet to receive a reply. However, on a recent review of the official Census Bureau website, he observed that the totals for the African American population had miraculously rebounded, exceeding even the highest figures in the previous reports. According to the U.S. Census Bureau, on May 4th, 2018, African Americans represented 13.3% of the total population, exceeding the 12.1% in the year 2000 and the 9.7% in 2010 statistics that Major Mike Webb had observed and recorded on March 20th, 2018. Destruction, alteration, or falsification of records is a federal felony crime under 18 U.S.C. Section 1519, punishable to up to 20 years in prison. And Major Mike Webb, on May 6, 2018, followed up with the Census Bureau by submitting a Freedom of Information Act request to determine the exact figures regarding the African American population, as well as an answer as to whether the previous reports or the present reports are the result of gross negligence or towards perpetuation of a criminal purpose, while liberal leaders remain silent on this issue regarding their most reliable constituent group. Whether or not any of these agencies or leaders provide an answer or an explanation will only serve to buttress the overwhelming necessity defense of Major Mike Webb in the Red Rose Rescue trial, raising more than a reasonable doubt with regard to the abortion advocates who prompted his arrest. If he prevails in court, it will be the second victory for Major Mike Webb in courts in the most reliable Democrat district in the Commonwealth that has decided the outcome of statewide elections for over a decade. And what makes it even more miraculous is that he has done it trusting in his faith in God and without the assistance of any attorney. It is time for good people to stand up and make America great again.
Now, where's that black cowboy? Just let me take a swig at him. Hell, who turned out the light?
Non incautus futuri is the motto of Washington and Lee University, not unmindful of the future. My name is Major Mike Webb, and I am running for U.S. Congress. In liberty, with honor and excellence, the South shall rise again. Honest. This advertisement was authorized by Mike Webb.
Well, Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall.